Well, good evening. This is Dwan along with Ryan. We're here to talk about Experience Mid-Valley Fellowship, kind of your weekly drop-in to what is happening in support programs for the evening. And so, Ryan, what group are you teaching for tonight?
I'm teaching Clean Heart Year 1, and the lesson I'm teaching, there's a couple lessons. First one on loving, accepting, and forgiving yourself, and the second one on self-care. And really both lessons are pretty connected to each other of just being able to forgive yourself of the things you've done, as well as really taking care of yourself and challenging some of the challenges that we have in taking care of ourselves and the lies that kind of lead us to not taking care of ourselves.
What's an example of a lie that leads us to not taking care of ourselves?
A good example I know in my own journey is I've often struggled with the lie of me not being valuable. And since I have thought of myself as not valuable, that's led to me not taking care of myself because I'm not valuable. It's okay to not take care of myself.
Right. Which is definitely a lie. Right?
Yes, definitely a lie.
Yeah.
Obviously, I am valuable and worth taking care of.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So that'll
Yeah.
be good. That'll be a good conversation, I think, tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I'm going to be teaching in Taking Back Ground, which is for people struggling with unwanted same-sex desires. And the lesson is called Empowering the Will, and really talks about how that, as a result of engagement with sin and just our experiences in life, that our will or our sort of ability to say no often is eroded because we haven't practiced saying no. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what does it look like to engage the Holy Spirit's help in empowering the will and empowering our ability to say no to things, and really talking about the Holy Spirit's role in our lives, in our journey, in our healing. And so, so that should be a good conversation too. It's kind of interesting. I was talking to somebody last night about some of the same things, not realizing that I was facilitating a lesson that talks about the same things. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, so that's one of the other ones. Also in Mending the Soul, which is for survivors of sexual abuse, they're going to be talking about isolation, and just that reality that when you've been wounded, a lot of times it's very easy to go into a place of isolation, withdraw from relationships, and that's actually the opposite of what we want to do. That healing comes in the context of relationships, and so that's one of the topics they're talking about. And then in Hope Together, they're also talking about disclosure, like what does it look like whenever your spouse discloses to you about things that are going on in their lives. A lot of times there are things that spouses aren't aware of, and so talking about that. And then in second year, they're talking about grieving your losses. There's particularly when you have a spouse who's engaged in an addiction, life doesn't always look like what you maybe envisioned or the picture that you had. And so what does it look like to grieve the things that were lost as a result of that? And so, and that's true in any number of areas, that certainly we can have experiences in life that where we feel wounded and there's something that we missed that we were intended to have. So anyway, so that's a little picture of the topics for this evening. And as always, we'll be beginning the evening with worship, just really engaging God in that place and coming to Him first, because He is at the center of healing and transformation. And so engaging with Him, and then we'll be engaging in those different topics we just talked about. And then small groups. And small groups are really it is truly a small group. So usually 6 participants and a leader or 2, and really talking through, okay, what's been going on in the week? What are things you've been chewing on? Things that God's been stirring and revealing and walking through those things. So, so anyway, so we value your prayers as always, and thanks for dropping in, and we will see you next time.